welcome back to the channel. So it is that time of the month again. It is the monthly wrap-up video, my monthly coloured pages, and as you can see, I had a good colouring month. There's quite a lot here. So I'm going to try and move this huge stack of books and we'll get into the video. So the first book we have is Die Welt unter der Lupe Zuland. This book I'm actually working through with Miss Betty, one of my dear friends, and the first page that it chose for us to do is this one. Now this was actually supposed to be a double page spread, but the other half of it ended up in the bin. So that doesn't happen very often with me, but I tried everything with the other side of this image to try and make it work, and it was not having any of it. I ruined the sky on this one to start with, but then I managed to somehow salvage it with pencils. And I ended up dedicating this to my granddad, who actually died in December, but we didn't find out until May that he'd passed away because of my messed up family on my mother's side. Yay! But we won't go into that. So I dedicated this to my granddad, and yeah, I really love how this side turned out. I used, what did I use? I used watercolours, I used Posca, I've used some Arteza glitter gel pen on the mask. I think I used Polychromos and Brute Funas Square maybe for the shading. I just threw everything at this basically. But yeah, I love how this side turned out. I'm just a bit gutted that I messed up the other side, and it's about the third ever page that I've exactoed out of my books. So that shows how bad it was. So as you can see, the watercolour pretty much went everywhere too. And this is the page that was chosen by the random number generator next. So as you can see, I've started the tiniest little bit, but I don't really know where I'm going with that yet. I'm feeling greens, golds and browns, so we shall see. Hopefully that will be completed for next month's completed pages video. The next book we have is 50 Ocean Miniatures by Camellia Angel Cova, and as you can see from all the tabs and stuff, I have buddy colours to do in here, and I've also done 3 in here this month. So the first one we have was done on the 9th of May, and this is the nameplate page. I always like to do these pretty much before I start any of the images in the book, I think. And I used Ohuhu brush markers, white Posca pen, Brute Funas square pencils and Arteza glitter gel pen. So there is our glittery gel pen in the middle. And I've also white Posca details on the shells as well as the water. And yeah, I just used a little bit of shading, but mostly it was alcohol marker, as you can see. So this is the buddy colour I've got coming up with Strawberry Board, who is another YouTuber. Be sure to go check out her channel, give her some love, and if you want to follow her on Instagram, her Instagram name is AMXBAM. Amexbam. Not quite sure how to say that properly, but yeah. And the next buddy colour I have in here for June is with Michaela Renee, again another YouTuber. Be sure to go check her out and follow her, and her Instagram name is _Michaela.Renee. if you want to go follow. So the next page I did in here was a buddy colour with Miss Lynn, and this was done on the 10th of May. And I used Derwent Academy Soft Pastels for the background, Arteza Ever Blends for the base, as you can see, Arteza Expert Pencils for shading, Nouveau Glitter Drops Aquatic Mist for the bubbles up here, as you can see, and some white Posca pen. You guys know I cannot do a page without putting white Posca on it somewhere. So on this one I outlined the shell watering can, which I was really pleased with how that come out. And I did some details on these, like sea cucumbers down here. So that was that page done on the 10th of May. And then the next page, through quite a bit of this page as you can see, this was a buddy colour with Sam on the 30th of May. And for this I used Spectrum Noir, the original ones, Spectrum Noir Classique, GC quill markers, Arteza iridescent acrylic paints, which I will show you in a second, Art Studio metallic paint, Beauty glazed eyeshadow for the background, Faber-Castell pencil, the classic pencils, just for some shading on the mouse's ears, and a white Posca pen. So the Art Studio metallic paint was used on the sword handle here and the rim of the pirate's hat, and then also on this mouse's hat and the earring, as well as the anchor down here. Now they are, if you live in the UK, quickly grab them. They are these, and they are £1 from the range, and there's also some other palettes you can get, and they're very much like the Clearo Finetech. You put a little bit of water on them, wait for it to set for a little, like, I don't know, 30 seconds, and then they become very, very creamy. So I would definitely recommend those. And then the other paints, the Arteza iridescent acrylics, I haven't actually used properly before, but as you can see, I used the purple one on the purple shell at the top. So I based these in marker first and then went over with the iridescent paint. And then I used the white one with the tint of pink for this shell. And then I used the orange one with a tint of red for this shell. So that was another cute page, and you can kind of see the background. I wanted it quite light with the eyeshadow this time. So that is those three that I've done in there this month. Next we have 50 Dream Catchers to Colour by Camellia Angel Cova, and myself and Ashley and Sam did a video chat together on Messenger the other night because we all wanted to colour something together. So Ashley picked the page randomly. She got me to say stop. And then she got her son to choose the pens. So these are the colours that her son picked. So quite dark colours, and these were the Ohuhu brush markers, just in case you would like to replicate this. And this is how my version turned out. So I didn't really know where I was going for any of the page. I was just literally laying colour down, and all that I added for embellishment as usual is some white Posca. So yeah, word of warning, the Ohuhu brush markers really bleed on this paper, so just in case you are planning on using those markers, just be wary of that. but that was done on the, oh gosh, 2 nights ago, 31st of May. We did that one. So that is that page. I took my little note out. Should actually keep those in, never mind. I think this one was also done on the 31st of May. I did this before Ashley and Sam were ready to video chat. I just wanted to lay some colour down. So I got Steve to pick a numbered page between 1 and 50 at random. And it turned out to be this one. So I used my Arteza glitter gel pens. As you can see, nice and sparkly. And then for the rest of it, I pulled out my Arteza blue set of, not Arteza, Artex blue set of markers. So if any of you are wondering what these look like, I can get my fat chubby fingers in there to get it out. It does come with a swatch chart. So there are some purples in there as well as the blues. But don't always trust the swatch chart that they give you. Always swatch it on paper that you use frequently to give you a better representation of the colour. But yep, that is how that one turned out. And it's nice to pull these out. I'd like to get some of the other colours, sets of those. I have been looking at them. So that was that one. Next we have Pastel Goth, and if you tuned into my live stream or watched it back, you'll have seen I was sent this by the lovely Mrs. Maeve, and I did a live stream where we coloured, or started colouring, this cute little guy. Or girl. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I used Arteza glitter gel pens. I think I've got it here, look. Ohuhu brush markers. Crayola super tips to base the stars before I put glitter gel pen on them. Faber-Castell classic pencils for a little bit of shading. And some white Posca. Excuse the beeping outside. People are quite noisy today. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. It's super cute. And I would like to do another one in here soon because look how adorable these are. So thank you again to Mrs. Maeve for sending me the book. And I can't wait to do another one in it. So I'm going to pop that back in there. I will be linking all of these books below should you wish to check any of them out on Amazon. And next we have Nelco Neko, and I think I was working on this in a live stream a couple of days ago. I did start this page back in April, around the 14th of April when I was on holiday. And I finally managed to finish it, and I'm so thrilled with it. Let's just pull that up. So this is how my finished page turned out. Zoom you in slightly. It's so cute, I love it. And this was pretty much a page I threw everything at as well. So, I finally completed it on the 31st of May. I've used Polychromos, Brute Funa Square, and a little bit of Prismacolor, as well as a Caran d'Ache Luminance green to do some of the leaves with. It was a very light green. I used Arteza Iridescent Acrylic, the white with a hint of pink for the bubbles, which I'll show you in a second. Derwent Blender Pencil, mostly on things like the clothes and that to get them nice and smooth. And Pabio watercolour paints to base the grass and all the leaves and the trees and things. And I also did my sky with watercolour paint. So there are the iridescent bubbles. So I actually forgot to colour behind these two before I put the paint on, which was a bit silly. So that's why they may look a little bit out of place. They should be green based with a shimmer over the top like these ones. So yeah, if anyone's wondering how to do bubbles, that is how I did mine. But yeah, favourite page of the month I think, because a lot of work went into it. So that is that one. Next we have 50 Romantic Mandalas and Heart Designs by Camellia Angel Cova. I'll zoom you back out. And I wanted to do some mindless colouring this month, and I've not really touched my mandala books for quite a while. So I wanted to pull them out and just do random pages. So for this one I used GC quill markers and Arteza glitter gel pens, and that was it. But I'm really pleased. I can get the shine, there we go. Really pleased with how that turned out, and I like the colours. So I didn't do 5 pen challenges for these or anything. I literally just wanted to pick up the colour that I picked up and put it straight down without any mind process or anything. So that's how I came up with that one, and that was completed on the 24th of May. Next we have Disney Art Therapy Le Petit Carré Babies by Hachette Eros, and I started this one on a live stream where I showed you, let's zoom in, I showed you how I used my eyeshadows to create a background, and this is how it turned out. I think I did pretty much of it on live stream. I ended up going around Todd with a jelly roll glaze in black just to make him stand out a little more, and did some shading with Faber-Castell Classics. And then the background I alternated between blues and purples for the stars with the Arteza glitter gel pens, and you can see how shiny that jelly roll glaze is as well there. Very pretty. So I also did Todd with the watercolour base, which was Pabio watercolours I believe. But that was him. He was done on the, gosh, I haven't got the date down. He was on one of my live streams about a couple of weeks ago anyway. And then when I'm doing these pages, I always like to do the one opposite as well, because they don't take very long. So this one was a buddy colour with, let me get this right, Ashley, Rebecca, Sam, and the other Sam, who I call Nessa. And for this one, again, I used the Beauty Glazed eyeshadows as the background. Crayola Super Tip base on Daisy. Jenny! Pack it in! Some white Posca pen for the little spots on her eyes. Arteza glitter gel pens for the stars and the confetti. Faber-Castell Classic pencils for shading. And glossy accents for her shoes and her bow and her eyes. And she's super cute. I like how this one turned out too. I love doing these little pages because they're so super cute and they don't take long to do. So I've done a couple of double page spreads in here, she says, trying to find the others. So that was another one that I did. So yeah, that is those 2 pages. I'm going to pop that back in there. we have Spiroglyphic Disney Villains. This was a Happy Mail gift from the lovely Christine. Thank you, hun. And this was sent to me a month or so ago, a little while ago now, and I got round to working in it this month. And I finished it on live stream. We did the first page, which turned out to be the big bad wolf from The Three Little Pigs. Who knew The Three Little Pigs was a Disney film? Probably most of you. But I did not. So, yep, the first one turned out to be the big bad wolf. And to do him, I used the Papermate Flare Ultra Fine in the Candy Pop colours. I didn't use this colour, I used a purple one. But that is those. If you want to see how I did this one or finished off some of my Nelco Neko, that live stream is available for you to go back and watch. So that is that one. Next we have our usual Whimsy Girls Celebrate the Holidays and Festive Occasions, because I like to do a couple of these every month because I'm working through the book this year. So this month I did the Mardi Gras page. This was done on the 1st of May, so one of the very first pages I did this month. And I used Ohuhu brush markers, Arteza glitter gel pens and white Posca. So as you can see, there's some of the glitter gel pen in the mask, the confetti in the background on her Argyle shirt. And the rest was done with Ohuhu brush markers, and I'm really enjoying using those to blend skin. And a little bit of white Posca just for some highlights on the beads and her lip. So that was the first one. And then I also worked on the May Day page, which was a buddy colour with Nessa. And literally just a straight colour Ohuhu brush markers on all of it. The whole thing was done with Ohuhu brush markers. And I worked to a little bit of a Disney colour palette for this one as well. And that was done at the end of May, the 29th. So start and finish with Hannah Lynn, and then I've got a couple of pages to do in here this month as well. Looking forward to that. Next up we have Fadorables Minis. This was a lovely Happy Mail gift from Lisa, one of my dear friends as well. And this is by Selena Finneck. And we buddied up and did this cute page. Oh, I just went ham on this page. So I can't remember what I used. I didn't actually write it down. I think I used like GC quill markers and Spectrum Noir markers for the base, as you can see. I used the Beauty Glazed eyeshadows for the background, and then to get the dye, I just rubbed that out with an electric eraser. So, and then there's some glittery Arteza gel pen on there as well. But yeah, nice simple page, and my first one done in here with the lovely Lisa, so thank you very much for that. Next we have 50 Swirly Mandalas by Camellia Angel Cova. And there is a tab in here. Can't remember if I did one or two, I think it was one. So this was a random page mandala. I think I just flicked through and whatever it landed on was what I coloured. And I've just noticed that that is actually bleeding onto the next page, so I'm going to put a... Oh, and that one. Crumbs. Gonna have to put some paper there. But this was done with GC quill markers, Arteza glitter gel pens and Chromatech G42 glitter gel pen. So it just shows you why I tend not to use my cheaper alcohol markers anymore. I mean, I'm trying to use them up, because I don't just want them sitting there and not being loved, because, you know. But the Ohuhu brush markers do not do this. The Arteza Everblends and the GC Quill markers do bleed onto the next pages, which really, really frustrates me. But yeah, that's how this one turned out. Really pleased with this colour palette as well. Again, I just chose what colours came to hand. I knew I wanted these to resemble sunflowers, kind of. And obviously leaves were green, but I wanted to alternate the colour of green. And then I just put some nice blues with it. But that is how that one turned out. Let's pop that page flag back in there. Next we have the Flower Mandalas by Jade Summer. And as you know, I tend to do a few of these, 2 or 3 of these every month, because myself and Miss Lynn are working through this book together, excuse me, with our 5-pen challenges. So the first one that we did, I think we did 3 in here this month. The first one was this one. So I got Miss Lynn to choose a Disney colour palette, and I matched up the markers with the Arteza Everblends. They're probably, no, they're not bleeding. See, on this one I've started sticking paper behind to stop them bleeding onto other images. But I used Arteza Everblends, matched them up. These are the numbers and the colours should you wish to also use those to do a mandala. So that is our first one. Really like how that turned out. Yeah, I will use that colour palette again, I think. Then my favourite one was this one. And these were random colours chosen by Lynn. And we also added a pen of choice. As you can see, I needed a green. I was like, ugh, pen of choice, please. So these were done with the Oleep Joy Wish markers, I believe, looking at the numbers. Y9. No, they may have been the Ohuhus actually. Yes, it was Ohuhus. So that is how that one turned out, and that's, oh, I love that one. I was dreading the colours when I saw that I'd got like a beige, grey and a brown, but I love how it turned out. And then my least favourite of the 3, because Lynn, oh no, these were chosen by Steve, these colours. Again, Ohuhu brush markers, and Steve gave me a brown, a darker brown, a grey, a bright pink and a bright green, and yeah, I'm not pleased with my colour placement on this one. But it's part of the challenge, so that's what we did. And we chose not to add a pen of choice on that one. So the next page to do in here with Miss Lynn is this one. So that will hopefully come up in June's completed pages. Nearly getting to the end. Next we have Disney Characters Steampunk. Not sure who this is by, but I will link it below. And I've been working on this one in a couple of live streams with you and finally finished her. This is Anna from Frozen, and for this I used Ohuhu brush markers, surprise surprise, gold Posca pen, Arteza glitter gel pens, Jelly Roll Glaze in black, and Brute Funa pencils for a little bit of shading on the clocks mainly. So yeah, pleased with how this one came out. That Jelly Roll Glaze in her eyes there. So yeah, I've also popped it on the hands of the clock there with the glitter gel pen. So I really want to do another one of these. I'm not sure whether it will be this month or another month, because I have a stack of books and buddy colours already this month that I would like to work in. But I really enjoyed doing that one. Next we have Cupcakes Colouring Book by Coco Yo. And I did this page. So this was done in one day on the 4th of May. I used Ohuhu brush markers, Oleep Joy Wish markers. Just make sure they're not bleeding onto the next page. Nope, we're all good. Nuvo glitter drops in Honey Gold and Aquatic Mist. What does that say? Dovecraft glitter glue in Crystal and some white Posca. So there's the Nuvo glitter drops in Aquatic and the gold ones. And there's the Dovecraft glitter glue in Crystal for the bunny's tail. And then just some white Posca for highlights on the icing. And I wanted to make it a spotty cupcake case. So I had a lot of fun doing that. Again, just some mindless colouring. This month was quite stressful, so I just wanted to get some mindless colouring done. And then last, but by no means least, I have Worlds of Wonder by Johanna Basford. As you can see, I've started colouring the cover, or painting the cover on this one, but I haven't finished it yet. And I actually forgot to show you this in last month's video, I believe. So if I did show you it, I apologise. I'm now showing you it again. But it was done on the 2nd of April, and I used watercolours and a little bit of pencil shading. Nice simple page. And that is everything I've coloured for the month of May. I think there's about 20 pages this month, which is really good for me because I usually average about 7 or 8. So once I've got this edited and uploaded, I am hoping to film a what I'm colouring this month video. That's not something I usually do on my channel, but quite a few people I've been watching have been doing that, and I really enjoy watching those videos. So I thought I might give it a go myself as well. Hope you all don't mind. But until my next video, happy colouring everyone, stay safe and love you lots.